Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Still seeing some warm and humid conditions out there this morning with temperatures in the upper 70s and plenty of sunshine. We have seen those winds shift onshore, staying light out of the east at this time, and overall expecting a pretty nice day ahead. Should stay mainly dry, but we will see a slight chance of a pop-up shower in the region this morning. So if we take a look at our current surface analysis, have high pressure mainly in control over the eastern part of the country, seeing this area of high pressure from the north building down off to our east, setting up just off to the east, and we'll bring that onshore wind as we move through the day today. Should see a slight chance of a few showers popping up along that kind of backdoor boundary that pushes through the area, but as that boundary pushes further inland, should push those shower chances further inland as well and out of the Wallops area. If we look at our upper level winds from this morning, seeing northeasterly winds close to the surface on the light side, and overall seeing pretty light winds through the entire column, and seeing those winds shift more northwesterly as we get up in the mid and upper levels. And our freezing level today is at 13,200 feet. Looking at the current visible satellite, we can see mainly clear skies across the local area, just a few mid-level and a few low clouds out around the region this morning. And should see that mainly continue as we move through today until we, with the exception of potentially see some cumulus develop and the potential of that pop-up shower moving through. So looking at the short-term high-resolution model, see how things play out over the coming days as we move through the day today. Again, we'll see here on the model indicating a chance of a few showers popping up, mainly along the western part of the Delmarva Peninsula as that onshore flow pushes a lot of that activity to the west. I can't rule out one developing closer here at Wallops, but again, just a slight chance of seeing a shower popping up and a very slight chance of seeing any lightning with that activity, about 15% chance or less of seeing a lightning warning here today. And then that continues, and as we go into the afternoon and into the evening, we quickly see those rain chances diminishing, and then we'll see a chance of some fog developing as we move through the overnight hours and into the morning hours of Wednesday, but overall things remaining dry. And then as we go into the day on Wednesday, that's when we're going to see some unsettled weather moving through the area, mainly starting as we get into the afternoon. We can't rule out a few light showers pushing through during the morning, but as we get into the afternoon, should see some scattered shower and thunderstorm activity developing, possibly seeing two waves of showers and thunderstorms moving through, with the first one earlier in the day and then potentially another wave moving through as we get later in the day into the evening hours, with some of that activity lingering as we get into the early morning hours on Thursday before we see a break with some drier conditions as we get into the start of the day on Thursday. Behind that warm front that lifts through, we'll see a cool front pushing into the area later in the day on Thursday, and out ahead of that, we'll see that potential for a few showers out ahead of that boundary. We should see some warm conditions on Thursday. If we zoom out looking at the European model here, see that warm surge on Thursday, and then that boundary pushing through, bringing that chance of a few showers and storms during the afternoon and evening on Thursday. But as that boundary pushes through, we should see things start to dry out as we end the work week, setting up for a pretty nice day on Friday, and looking at pretty nice and dry conditions as we move through much of the weekend. We'll be keeping an eye on this upper level low that settles over the Great Lakes area. Can't rule out a slight chance of a few bits of energy rotating around that low as we move through the weekend, maybe seeing a pop-up sprinkle, but right now not looking too likely, and should see pretty dry conditions as we move into the weekend and towards the start of next week. Our next better chance of seeing some pop-up showers will be as we get into Monday and getting into the afternoon time frames. We'll see a better chance of seeing some pop-up showers during the day on Monday. So if we look at our 24-hour weather risk chart for today, again, overall expecting pretty decent conditions as we move through the day. We'll see our temperatures climbing up to around 80 degrees and should see those dropping off back into the 70s as that onshore wind continues through the afternoon time frame. We'll pick up a yellow risk for precip in the area as we do have that slight chance of a pop-up shower around. But overall expected mainly dry conditions. That continues as we go to the Evening time frame, we pick up that yellow risk for reduced ceilings and visibilities with that chance of some patchy mist and fog. We'll see our low temperature right around 65 to 66 degrees for our Wednesday morning, with those winds becoming fairly light out of the southeast and then more south-southeasterly as we get into the start of the day on Wednesday. Right now, tides are running normal. Wednesday, again, an unsettled weather day for Wednesday with mostly cloudy, overcast conditions with that pretty solid chance of seeing scattered showers and storms moving through the area through the day, especially in the afternoon and evening time frame. And we'll see some slightly breezy conditions. So looking at an orange risk for precip and lightning, staying green for our winds, but can't rule out some gustier winds with any stronger shower storm that pushes through, but a high around 80 degrees, and that activity continues into the earlier part of the Wednesday night time frame, so keep a yellow risk for precip and lightning. And as that activity subsides, we'll start to see those winds more out of the south-southwest and picking up a bit as we get to the start of Thursday. So we pick up a yellow risk for those winds that are above 25 knots as that southwesterly wind starts to build up, and we'll see a chance of those reduced ceilings and visibilities as well in that time frame. So as we go into Thursday, we'll see partly to mostly cloudy conditions and mainly dry through the first part of the day, but out ahead of that front, again, as that cool front approaches, could see a chance for some shower and storm activity out ahead of it as that pushes through, and we'll see continued breezy southwesterly winds, and that will allow temperatures to warm up with our warmest day of the week with a high around 85 degrees. So keeping a yellow risk for precip and lightning, as well as a yellow risk for those winds at or above 25 knots. And if we look at our extended forecast here, as we get into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, looking at mainly dry conditions with partly to mostly cloudy conditions through that time period as well. Better chance of some additional clouds on Sunday. We'll see a warm day on Friday with a high around 82, and then we'll be back in the upper 70s, right around 80 as we go through the remainder of the extended forecast here, and then pick up our next slight chance of a shower as we get into the day on Monday. Just about a 20% chance at this time, but overall just partly cloudy conditions with highs in the upper 70s to start next week. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day.